So, yeah, a lot of it is sticking very true to itself, but I think it does make sense to get that scene at the beginning, not, like, towards the end of the game, which, if memory serves, is where that scene actually plays. Spoilers, whatever. So it seems like the pacing is a lot better here, and, like, the only significant flashback scene, I mean, there's 2 significant flashback, well, no, 3 significant flashback scenes that weren't covered in the intro there. There's the one with the museum, and there's 2 that we haven't seen in game yet, so I won't, like, say what they are yet. But there's 2 others, and they're both, like, a lot later in the game, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, all this talk about good game adaptations, think about Marathon again, and imagining a Marathon /movie. Maybe they'll get an episode of Secret Level.
Okay.
Oh, I should have gone, the other way was the optional way first, wasn't it? Dang it. Dang it, I totally missed out on some loot. Hello, Silver the Hedgehog. Are you gonna tell me it's no use? Gosh dang it, I totally did again. I really gotta double check if something's like a one-way first. What is wrong with me? Stalkers here again. Did I just grab something? Oh, shotgun ammo, sweet. So yeah, I am liking some things about, no. Honestly, giving Destiny or Marathon a Secret Level episode would be peaked. But yeah, so I am liking some things about the show so far. I'm not really liking what they're doing with Ellie's character so far, but if they use it in like an interesting storytelling way later, then I'll be like, okay, now it all makes sense. Now I see what they were like building up to and stuff. Now I get it. But we'll have to give it some time and see how it plays out and all that. Alright, well, it's a mix of guys, it seems like. I might just want to restart the encounter. Now it's stalkers with other guys, so I can't take it quite as carelessly as I did before. I know I'm two-shottable right now, so I do have to be a little smidge careful. So if Concord gets another episode, I'm gonna lose it. I'm doing pretty alrighty. Just ended up watching the first episode of Season 2 of the show, since that just went up today. So I was just rambling about that a decent bit and talking about, like, comparisons to this game. So far, like, for the part of the story that's covered so far, I like it more than the way that the game has expressed it. We'll see how the trend continues and how it handles its pacing. I will be curious to see. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with, like, the threat to Jackson with, like, the cordyceps coming in and stuff like that. Since, they're kind of hinting at that at the end of episode 1, so we'll see what happens here. See what happens with that. The characters, a lot of the characters feel like very true to themselves. Like Joel, for example, feels very true to his character as established in the games, but like explored further. Like in the game here, I feel like we only see that further exploration of Joel's character in flashbacks later, whereas we actually get like the proper exploration of what he's feeling like right in episode 1 and get that fleshed out so it doesn't feel as rushed. Like Joel died too soon in the game. So in the show, with there actually being like more time to like kind of dissect the nature of their relationship before his death, it's like, okay, that makes more sense. This is going to be better, you know? Is what I'm kind of thinking here. Really? Do I need to hold the like move slower button or something? Is that what I needed to do? I wonder if there's another throwable thing around here that'll let me double whammy the clicker or something. Regular waiting show only watchers to react to him getting turned into red mist. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Playing Starlink right now on Xbox. The Ubisoft game or a different one? I think Starlink. I think of Battle for Atlas, the Ubisoft game that I played many, many moons ago. I hold that button to go slower on keyboard, so maybe I'll try that if the clicker's around or something or other. But I don't know if there's gonna be like another throwable consumable. I might just need to use a bullet on you. Did I not? Why did it shoot at first? I pressed it a couple times and I wasn't shooting at first, so I started clicking it a whole bunch. By Star Fox? By Star Fox? Star Fox is a character in the Starlink that I'm thinking of, but on like the Switch version, so I don't know what by Star Fox means in this context. But anyway, so I'm kind of hopeful for the show. Like, Joel seems very true to his character, and Jesse seems very true to his character of being like the upstanding, Okay, is it just gonna be like stalkers around here now? Or something? Or what's gonna go on here? Okay, that's the one hit I can take. I'm dead now. Yeah, so I get kind of surrounded by stalkers, but it might just be stalkers from there, so I might be able to like cheese my way through here. Just use like a bullet on the clicker. If I had a brick, I'd probably be able to deal with the clicker, but I have a bottle, and unless there's another bottle somewhere around here, I don't think that... Oh! Oh, maybe I don't have to use a bullet. Maybe I can just like double whammy bottle the clicker or something. maybe what I can do. I don't know. So yeah, Jesse feels very true to his characters, like upstanding, look out for others, do what needs to be done, very like action focused. Joel true to his character and like explored better in the beginning. Dina does new things with like her taking time to like hang out with Joel and ask what's going on between him and Ellie and stuff like that, and him going to the therapist and being like, man, Dina's so open with me. Why isn't Ellie like that? Why is Dina more like my daughter now? Like, what the heck? The irresponsibility. I mean, I guess you could argue that she was kind of irresponsible to a degree in the game, what with like tagging along with Ellie here despite her pregnancy. But like the whole Ellie's just gonna directly disobey like all the orders around her and Dina's gonna tag along with that. Is that true to character? Is that not? I guess we didn't really see that explored in the game before, if that's like something that she would do. But like, I guess the whole pregnancy tagging along thing is they're showing her irresponsible side, so like, I guess you could make the argument. And then, Ellie feels a decent bit different with like the whole, I'm not listening to anybody. Like the not listening to Joel thing makes sense. But the not listening to anybody thing is like, you what now? Dang it! No, I'm just gonna die here. So yeah, if I can figure this out without a bullet, then great. If I have to use like one bullet on the clicker, then whatever. And actually having characters like Tommy's wife feel like more of a character, like, hey, that's kind of cool, you know? It'll be interesting to see what happens in like the one scene where she actually had importance in the game, where she's like, all right, I'll let you guys go out, take some supplies and like horses and stuff. Is that gonna bring the stalkers out here, I wonder? I should still be able to double whammy you. I should still be able to do. Wait, I think if memory serves, I could actually single whammy if I went for a, yeah, so I can double whammy like that. But I'm pretty sure I could single whammy if I just did like a stealth attack, it doesn't quite kill, and then I bottle and stealth attack. So I could have come out of this with like still another bottle. But like, yeah, whatever. I'm sure that there'll be more around somewhere. And if I reload, then maybe I'll do that. I need to remember that that was a thing that I could do. Canister. So a lot of the stalkers are over there. One's here. Okay. So if I can deal with you without dealing with your friends. Your friends are about to come out here. So get to this angle so I can actually see them and stuff. Okay, that's too many. That's too many. That's too many. All right, let's dip out and then they'll go and hide again probably. All right, now I'm definitely one-shottable and now this is definitely a justified time to use this. Okay, we should be pretty good here now. And then I just kind of go around doing what I do with the stalkers and stuff. First I thought I picked up another bottle without noticing. Guess that's not the case. All right. They probably dip back a little bit farther. I will be curious to see what they do with the stalkers in the show. Oh yeah, a thought that I started talking about, but I didn't quite finish with the show. With the whole them introducing stalkers. When they get back from the patrol there, and Ellie's talking to like that council and Jackson about like this new threat about like they're actually thinking and stuff now, while like cordyceps are seemingly coming into Jackson through like the pipes and stuff like that. It makes me wonder if they brought it. Am I injured enough that I'm clutching my chest again? How much do medikits actually heal? I guess I don't know because I don't have UI, but like, what the heck? Hey! Ah, damn you! Now try and ambush me. Come on. But yeah, with her going and talking about this where it's like, hey, they're actually thinking now and ambushing and stuff. Like, are they... It seems like the show is... What is this camera angle? It seems like the show is kind of taking the approach to make you think, like, are they evolving? Are they becoming, like, a bigger threat than they were before? Like, are the cordyceps starting to strategize or become, like, a hive mind kind of strategic thing? Is the way that they kind of use the stalkers narratively in episode 1 of the show. It seems like there's at least 3 left here. Is what it seems like. Hopefully the one behind me doesn't stir up trouble. Hey! So across the stalker and like them creeping into the water pipes or whatever weird pipes they are, some sort of pipe. Oh, I got a canister off of you. Are they going to build up the infected to be like a much bigger threat in season 2 of the show? Where they actually are evolving? Did stalkers just like not exist during the events of season 1 season 1 in like the timeline of the show.
Time to go.
And they only exist as of like several years later in the events of season 2. So like the cordyceps really are evolving or something. Like the person that was the stalker in season 2 of the show very much looked like she hadn't been infected super long, like didn't have like a clicker kind of look to her or anything, or even a look like the stalkers do in the games. She looked more like a kind of runner type, honestly. But with like the little tendrils out the top of the head that are more stalker-like. But yeah, the faces weren't completely covered. Look like not infected that long if we're working by like game rules of like, you know, they get more and more covered the longer they've been infected and all that. So, you know, we'll see what they end up doing with that. What direction they take things in. So I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit, and I was like, yeah, this is a good night for continuing with some more Last of Us then. Oh yeah, I also want to talk about the patch. The patches to this game, because a couple patches have come out. And I wanted to kind of talk about those a little bit as well. So, there was a patch, like, pretty shortly after here. So this was on April 8th. When did this come out again? Like, April 3rd, 4th, something like that? Am I thinking about the Switch 2 presentation? Came out before this point is, anyway. A lot of people in, like, the negative Steam reviews I noticed before this point had complained about, like, mouse micro adjustments not being possible. Some people said that it felt like it was on a grid, or it would, like, jump a decent bit when you're trying to do micro adjustments. I didn't feel that, and I was wondering, like, are people just not adjusting, like, the sensitivity to be better? Like, what's going on here? Because I never felt that issue. But apparently it was, like, a serious issue, because it's something that they patched. Mouse input changes to improve detection of subtle aiming movements. So, I mean, maybe I just wasn't trying to do, like, precise enough aiming for it to ever matter, or something like that, but it, apparently, like, those mouse issues with aiming, they fixed that. They still clearly haven't fixed the issue with the safes. Counter any issues after updating, please contact Nixxes support. Okay, so I guess they're, like, the head honchos to contact about this kind of thing, not Iron Galaxy, interestingly enough. Fixed a couple crashing issues, and then the most recent patch here from just a couple days ago. That one is, performance improvements to address long stalls that could occur in downtown Seattle. So I wonder if that massive lag spike that I got when I was going around the corner on the horse with Dina, and, like, the whole world just started coming to a standstill, if, like, that is fixed now. A crash issue. I still haven't had the game crash on me, which surprises me, because, like, a lot of people have been reporting crashing in this game, and I had part 1 crash on me like crazy. But yeah, top scorers resolve an issue when watching the Grounded 2 documentary that caused the audio and video to not be in sync. That's kind of funny there. Visual bugs in ultra-wide cinematics, crash fixes, stability improvements, various UI bug fixes. So when it comes to UI bug fixes, maybe the slider is going a little bit crazy. Maybe that isn't a thing anymore. I could test, but I'm lazy. I'll test it whenever I get around to, like, actually dicking around in the menus again and see if that's still an issue. But how are we 2 patches in and we still haven't fixed the safe issue? Where I, like, just barely tap my keyboard and it changes the number by 2 and not 1. And I keep on going back and forth past, like, the actual number that I need. Like, that is so annoying. And you'd think that it'd be an easy thing to just, like, hotfix. You would think. Sweet, another bottle. Like, that still annoys me. Glad I was able to get through this segment without using any bullets. I had to use a med kit, but health was low anyway, so. I mean, open up. Oh, 4 guys. I have to mash. All these stalkers and stuff. Wow. Like, I have to hit a button again. What? Are those guys not gonna, like, burst through the door? Because I'm not blocking it anymore. You'd think that they would all burst through and then cause trouble here. But I guess they just don't. Okay, well. Mash! Mash the button! Stab. Yeah, here. There's a lot of water in this game. Which is why I heard that they did, like, most of the filming for Season 2 in BC. The filming for Season 1 was done mostly here in Alberta, where I live. But I heard that most of the filming was done in BC for Season 2, because they needed a shit ton of water. They needed to be, like, along the coast and stuff like that, because there's a whole bunch of that. I mean, you can tell just from, like, the title screen alone in this game. There's a lot of water and stuff. But yeah. They stopped being animated, true. They unloaded, so they can't go through the, they can't go through the door. Don't know how to get over there yet, so I guess I'll just go through the door for now. Something or other. You sure should be crawling in mycelium? They should well be. But yeah, with season 2, I believe most of it is filmed in BC. Don't quote me on that. This is just stuff that I heard like shortly after season 1 wrapped up. And I was, are these bricks? Oh, hell yeah! Get out of here, bottle! Give me that shit. It was definitely worth it to come here for a brick then. But because, like, Jackson was in season 1, because it had to be, because, like, Jackson existed there, I would imagine that episode 1 was still filmed here in Alberta. So, like, as they're saying, like, Jackson, Wyoming, and you see mountains in the background, I presume that that is somewhere here in Alberta. Though I imagine that those are probably the Rocky Mountains in the background. And if I had to guess, it was probably somewhere in, like, Jasper, Banff area, for wherever this place is that they filmed it at. What's the item again that I'm picking up? A water thing. So, like, I guess I'll craft another one of these. I should probably actually start using them. But as I've been dealing with these areas with stalkers, I don't really need to there, so, like. The next human segment I go into, I'll actually use some of these things. That's what I will do. Can't get up there yet. And maybe it'll be like Last of Us Season 1 was, where a whole bunch of people want to go to, like, the places where these things were filmed, and, like, it really helps with tourism and stuff here for a while. Maybe there'll be a similar effect with Season 2, who knows? But, you know, for a lot less areas, because, you know, apparently a bunch of stuff is in BC now, because they needed their stupid coast or whatever. Alright, let's see here. So, yeah, at this point, I am definitely, Jeez, that actually jump scared me. Oh my god, I was one-shottable. Damn it. Man. But yeah, anyway. I enjoyed episode 1 so far. I am hopefully optimistic about where the show is gonna take things. I am definitely enjoying it more than the game so far. Like, in terms of story. Obviously, I can't enjoy, like, gameplay with a show. I do quite like the gameplay of these games. I like playing grounded difficulty and all that fun stuff. Not this time. Not today, Satan. But in terms of storytelling, I am liking the show more so far. We'll see if it continues that way. I mean, I enjoyed the storytelling in season 1 of the show more than I did part 1 as well. Like, part 1 I thought, like, was handled, like, fantastically as well, like, much better than, like, the pacing nightmare that is part 2. So I really like the story of part 1, but I do think I liked the show better for some of the things that I did. I thought that some of the character moments that they had there were pretty good. I think my favorite episode was probably the one with Bill and I forget what his husband's name was. I forget what that was, but that was actually such a heartbreaking episode, and it was so well done. And you know, in the game, we have, like, the bit with Bill where we go around, like, venturing into the school, getting a battery, avoiding trip mines, stuff like that. And that's fun and stuff. And you hear about Frank, his name. I just remembered it. And you hear a little bit about Frank. And, you know, there's, like, the heavy themes with, like, seeing that he had hung himself and stuff there. But, you know, in terms of the way that the show handled things, like, holy crap. I swear, the showrunners are like, let's just make, like, the most heartbreaking hour of television ever when they did that episode. So it was interesting to see those kinds of subplots along the way that just go and do stuff with completely different characters that you wouldn't be able to get in, like, a game format where you have to have characters that you're, like, sticking around with and playing and stuff like that. So when the show was doing stuff like that, I quite liked that, actually. So I did really like part 1 as well, the first game. I did like the show better. I have very mixed feelings about part 2 here, mostly with the pacing issues. And if the show addresses that, then hell yeah. Oh, it didn't save that I did the thing here. Okay. But yeah. So are the zombies in this game more like Red Dead Rising game zombies in terms of evolving? They don't, well, in terms of evolving, the game's kind of established that, like, the ones that have just recently been infected are runners. When you've been infected for a long time, you become, like, a clicker where it's, like, the face is completely covered and they use, like, echolocation and stuff. If you're infected for a super duper long time, then it's a bloater. I don't know where the Shamblers from this game factor into the mix. I don't know how long you need to be infected to be a stalker, but I know that there's the progression of those 3, at least. What the hell was I making again? One of these. But yeah, still better than shooting actual Wyoming, heck yeah. it's so cool to have stuff filmed here in Canada, and it's especially cool to have stuff filmed here in a place like Alberta, where friggin' nothing ever gets filmed. You know, if stuff is gonna be filmed here in Canada, you'd expect it to be somewhere like, I don't know, Toronto or something like that. But, you know, having stuff filmed in rural areas of, like, Alberta here, that was really cool. And so, you know, Last of Us Season 1 was really hype for Albertans. And, like, our tourism economy and stuff like that. And that one blanket seller that had their blankets start flying off the shelves when everyone wanted the friggin' Last of Us blanket that Joel was in when he was injured and stuff. Like, it really did a lot for a lot of local stuff around here, which is really cool. So, you know, another reason why I kind of wanted to start playing the Last of Us games when I did with playing part 1. Because, like, Metal Gear Solid 3 intensifies. Was, like, the whole not only Canadian thing, but Albertan thing, where it, like, directly related to our province and all that. In a really cool kind of way. What the hell ever gets filmed here? Okay.
Where the hell did I end up?
Alright, well that wasn't too bad. No sections that stumped me for too long this time. I would argue. Technically the zombies don't evolve, the virus/bees do. Through here, but in Dead Rising. But probably still like a similar kind of situation there. I would imagine. I can't vault this, how lame. Probably wouldn't be anything to loot around here anyway. I will totally cross this. Wow, the physics on that, even like folding together, that's pretty cool. A lot of attention to detail in these games is really cool. What do you bet I shimmy through here and then it automatically does a cutscene? Yep.
Okay.
I knew it.
You are here. And the hospital's there. Got through the park.
Do I still have like a map? No, did I hit M? I'm pretty sure I tap tab and then I would hold it from the menu there. Or no, I hold it for the map. Well, holding it does nothing, so it's just that one area. Alright, well, just go down like the one linear way the game presents to me anyway, and I'm good. Also, when I loaded up this save file at the beginning of this stream, I saw that the name of this section was the Seraphites. So I take it this is the section where I'm going to fight the Seraphites. Yeah, this looks like an area for that. Strange whistles. Yep, it begins. Out of curiosity, I also started looking up speedruns of grounded mode because I was actually curious how the professionals do it. And so I looked at some speedruns of it. I looked at some playthroughs where people had permadeath on. And a lot of these sections, they literally just, like, proned all the way through and knew, like, the exact route to go to, like, not be seen by the enemies. And it was like, wow, that just makes it look easy. Like, that one level that I struggled with on, like, for, like, 2 hours that I hate so much. Yeah, I saw one where someone just proned through it. I've seen clips of people that are basically like, oh god, that still jump scared me. I should have known it was coming. Since I played this once casually like a year ago, but I've seen clips where people were like dashing, dive into prone, dash, dive into prone. And I guess like maybe enemies just don't like see the dash then if you just like get up briefly and keep on diving into prone or something. I don't know. I'm trying to go into prone, damn it. Alright, well, I'm one-shotable right now. I could always use another med kit. Yeah, deadly accurate when you're charging towards them. Alright, well, this is fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, now for the Seraphites. Maybe this is a time to use some of those things that I crafted. I said that I would use them during, like, the next human segment. Maybe I actually should. Prone. Prone, damn it. Prone, damn it. Do I automatically stand up if I climb up a thing, then? Is that just how it works? Hey, can I just, like... Look, there's a few guys together, so, like...
What the? We're under fire!
Okay. What am I attacking? Last of Us PC moment. Oh my god, there's another guy! But he's a melee guy, so, like, I don't have to worry too much about him. I like this idea. This idea makes sense to me. Look, I'll actually try to use my consumables sometimes. Like, still be kind of preserving them, but not have them be as sparse as, like, my part 1 playthrough and stuff. Ugh. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Is the sound effect not gonna play? I see Animo redeemed Wombo combo, but it's like, oh my god, there's so many guys. Is my thing not working? Oh, because the... Oh,
Combo.
there is an update available. No, don't worry about that. Is it just lagging because I'm running this game? You heard the sound effect. It's gonna super lag, just like my sound effects with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Well, I don't know if this is the play then anymore, but like... Okay. Stab, stab, stab. Please. Dang. I thought maybe I would kill that guy, and then, like, during the kill animation, I would have iframes, because I'm pretty sure you're invincible when you're in, like, the middle of a kill animation. But I don't think that I actually killed him. I think he had, like, one more hit to go. But yeah, that person that rushes me down is a melee one. So, I mean... So I might just be able to deal with it.
Die.
The die sound effect went through there. Okay, but there is still someone with a gun, so maybe I still shouldn't take this approach. Maybe I still shouldn't. I don't know. I can get a twofer, but like, I don't know. Is that all that worth it to go for? It is so tempting. It is so tempting. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna stab this guy a few times. Oh, I thought I had more time before you got up to me. And then, like, maybe I'd dip out before the one person could shoot me. Yeah, the good old twofer. Hold on. Hold on a hot second here. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to read that in a hot second. So you look that way. Okay. Oh, no, someone can shoot me from there. Okay, maybe I just won't do this strategy at all. By the zombie, the three groups: Shamblers, the Night of the Living Dead, the Walking Dead. And there's Shamblers in this game too. Runners, World War Z, Left 4 Dead. That's in this game too. And Evolvers, Dead Rising, Back 4 Blood. But those zombos I'm having trouble placing are these ones in the game here. I was mostly facing down stalkers there, and there was the one clicker. But there are indeed Shamblers and Runners in this game as well. Just haven't seen any yet this stream. Alright, so like... Really bring it around town here or something? Maybe what I do? So, I mean... So, if I climb up here like this, as I'm holding C. No, I get up there and I stand up. I can't just, like, climb up there being prone unless there's, like, some ninjutsu kind of buttons that I can hold to do that. I don't know how to climb up here. Yeah, exhibit traits of all three, yet don't solidly fall into any of them. Okay, for, like, the stalkers that I was facing there. I don't know. I guess there's not, like, a way all the way around that I can just kind of, like, take a slope up or anything. Doesn't seem like. Doesn't seem like. See. Okay, well, maybe I just do this. And don't worry about any of them. That'll work fine, right? We're fine. We're fine. Uh-oh. 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 Stupid E button. Come on. Come on. E.
Shut it.
Ooh, that is so much quicker now. Hell yeah. Oh, that was a nice upgrade, huh? See nothing. You see nothing. Okay, they're calling over there, so let's not go forward that way, because that's the way that you're going now. So then I just sneak on past this way. Don't mind me. They might find that body in a sec, but we're not gonna concern ourselves with that. Anybody else around here? Fair game to take out you. Maybe? Damn it! Oh, wait, it did work? It didn't work at first. Oh god. This is not how I wanted this to turn out. I knew I was about to get shot any second there. Alright, well,